So this video is all about me. I wanted to make this video because a lot of people want to know about my background and they want to know why I became who I am today and why I'm doing what I'm doing today. Why am I on YouTube? Why have I made this video? Why have I done any of the stuff I'm doing on Instagram? Yeah, I'll give you some background now. So just to start with, if you haven't learned about me and heard about any stories, I struggled a lot with my mind. Getting out of my head was something I was really stuck with, and not just on a way that everyone else feels, or maybe you do, but I felt like I was really trapped. I almost felt like I was like this alien put on this earth. Everyone else was given this okay life and everyone else was okay, and it was just felt like it was just me feeling like I was struggling with my thoughts and confidence and unable to speak in groups and so many other things. So there were a lot of things going on underneath the surface which I didn't know about, but yeah, just to put it simple, I was challenged with my mind, let's call it. So I went down this path of health and fitness because all I did when I had these struggles was to drink alcohol because it made me feel relaxed. But that wasn't, of course, a good way to do it. Yeah, it was fun. I had a lot of fun. I drank a lot and yeah, it was a good time. But I knew in the background there was this almost like this parasite inside. That's what I used to think of it. It was this parasite inside which was telling me, no, you can't do this. It was tensing up my body. I was in fight or flight mode quite a lot. So I eventually found working out, which it helped me a lot because it helped me to channel all of that energy. And if you've ever been in fight or flight, you know, like it's a rush, right? So I became insanely, let's just say, passionate about health and fitness. And I got really big muscles. I became like this machine performing optimally. I was eating the best foods. I was working out constantly. I became huge. So that allowed me to channel my energy, but I realized it was only temporary relief, really. It was this exterior look. Inside, there was still stuff going on. So I continued doing the health and fitness, but I started focusing more on my energy, like really working on how am I going to feel good and de-stress and feel calmer. So I became really good at that as well. I started mastering my energy, eating all the right foods, all of the right herbal, herbal stuff that you can take. Everything I could think of, I researched and researched. And I was in this optimal condition. Like you couldn't even think, you couldn't speak to me back then without me having everything perfect in place. I was obsessed. Again, it helped me a bit, but you know, I was fit, I was healthy, I was feeling good, but there was still this kind of ghost in the background whispering into my head. So one day I just stumbled into this yoga class and I only went because this girl was going and I fancied her. Simple, right? Great motivation. And that started off something huge inside me. I didn't know it at the time, of course. I was just going to classes. I was feeling good. And I carried on going, but also because of the girl, of course, but also because I was feeling good. So then things started changing around me. I felt calm for the first time, like a different type of calm, not the calm that I felt after a workout. I felt calm in this sense of just light and just like peaceful and blissful. It didn't last. It was just temporary. So I wanted to learn more. I was like, how do I get into this state all the time? Because this is how I want to feel. I want more of this. So I went on this chase. I went on this chase for how do I live like this? And of course, like, you know, with every chase, you know, it can become an addiction. So I started searching, even using yoga as this tool to de-stress. But the real shifts happened when I started really understanding what this is. What was really happening? I didn't want to chase this high anymore. I wanted to just understand myself better. So I started reading more books. I started doing yoga and meditating in a different way, in a way where I wasn't chasing stuff. I was just doing the practice. And what that allowed me to do was to really find presence, to be in that moment instead of this doing. Oh, I got to do this to feel this getting mentality. Instead, I was just like, let me let this go. Let me just be in the experience. And I started doing that more with everything in life. It wasn't just this practice I did. I started doing this with everything in life. I started saying yes to certain things. I started going out more. For me, who wasn't a very social person, I started going to more socials. Just different experiences happened. I did some traveling. I went traveling on my own for the first time. I did like a very short break because something inside me was bubbling up. Something was calling me and I was like, I can't ignore this. This is not like that annoying voice that I have. This is another like really nice voice. Let me listen to this. But the annoying voice was constantly saying, no, you can't do this. This is weird. Like, why do you want to go traveling on your own? What will people say? This is strange. So I ignored it as much as I could until I just gave in. I was like, this voice is calling me. I got to do this. I got to do this. So I went to Thailand. I went to Peru on my own 2 weeks while I was working. And then I came back and I had a taste for it, right? It's like everyone knows as soon as you get a taste for something, you want more. And me, with the way I was, I wanted to learn more. I'm always someone who wants to maximize stuff. I want to like really get into experiences, really get that wisdom from experiences. So then I went traveling for even longer. I decided to leave my job behind. It was going to be a 3-month trip. It turned into a long time. It turned into about 19 months. On and off, coming home, flying away again. I'm not going to go into everything that happened, but there's another video on my channel if you want to check out my lessons from traveling. But I came back and a lot of things changed for me deeply because I left everything behind. I was going into this state of really living, doing whatever I wanted to do. There were no rules. I had money saved up. I had time. I had no job. I had no flight to come back to. So I was really practicing living in the moment. I was doing whatever the hell I wanted to do. So I came back and I was like, okay, what do I do now? I decided to come back, by the way, because there was something else inside me. That other voice was coming back. And I just knew, I was like, I've got to do something else. I've seen so many amazing things. And this process has kicked off inside me. It kicked off before I went traveling, right? This, people will call this awakening. For me, it was like many moments of that. It was progression. It was over time. Something was waking up. So I came back and I went like really intense on my refinement process of life, let's call it. So I practiced so much more yoga, so much more meditation. I learned all of the technicalities behind it, behind this machine that I'm living in, behind all of the spiritual process. I started reading about every single religion you can think of, everything about the stars, everything you can even think of, like about life, philosophy. Started practicing more, started putting myself into more of the discomfort zone. I literally went, something exploded as soon as I came back, because the first thing I said to myself was, I will not waste any more time. I refuse to have time wasted in my life like it was when I was younger. I refuse to waste any more time. Every day I want to make enjoyable, because I learned that when I was traveling, right? I was seeing so many things in such a short period of time. So I was like, I'm gonna make the most of life. Carried on the process. I just kept elevating and elevating, learning and learning, wiser and wiser, to places I thought I'd never get to. And then I was like, okay, I need to show the world that they can do this as well. Even if it's just one or two people, I need to, share this. It was like it was bursting out of me. It's like I was in flames. I was completely in flames, fired up. And I didn't want to just contain it within myself like that. I don't know, it just felt strange. And I realized like a lot of people feel this way. I started understanding that this is just this process that some people go through. It's all inside yourself. You start mastering yourself. And then you just want to share this because you want other people to feel this good. You want other people to experience this stuff that they thought that they couldn't. I started getting a buzz of helping people see the things that they could not because their mind was in the way or something with their physical body was challenging them. I wanted to help people with that. So I trained myself up as a personal trainer because I loved the physical stuff, right? I trained a few people and then I was like, this is not as fun as I thought it would be because that's not what I'm about. I'm not about this. I use the body as a tool. I have become so good at using this body as a tool, but the body is not the work. The work is not to get this body looking good. It's an access point. It's a thing to use, a hammer almost. So I trained as a meditation teacher as well. And I trained as a life coach, a transformational life coach, because that hit the spot. That was like, this is what I can help people with the true being, the holistic nature of life, the thing that brings everything together. I want to show people how to maximize their life by using these things. I said the body is a tool, meditation is a tool, spirituality is a tool, growing your business, doing this, whatever, relationships, stress, all of it links together. It all links into who you are deep down and how you can elevate above your mind. Because that's what I learned, elevating above the mind. So I became a coach who helps people with their lives. First, I was like, who am I to help people with their lives? Then I realized I've done this for myself. And if I bring that ultimate truth, the things that I feel are true experiences for me that I'm really passionate about, helping people to open those doors. They didn't know those doors were there. It's like there's a wall here and there's like a secret door that maybe some people don't know is there. I'm here to say, hey, look, there's a door right there. How about we walk through it? Yes, it might seem scary. How about we walk through it and see what happens? Take some actions. We try and look at things a bit differently. So that's what I'm doing. And it's so much fun because I spent all my life in this fixed box, this thing of how people should be or what people should do. Doesn't make sense. I was able to change my body and master that. I didn't learn that from anywhere. It was experiences. It wasn't like I read a book and I was like, okay, I can be muscular now. I can be fit now. No, I made this. I created this. The stuff with the energy, I created that. The experiences that I learned traveling, I got them because I was there. I was living them. All of the stuff with the spiritual practice, the yoga, that I created. I wasn't given any of this. I was given these beliefs that carried through from my life, yes. I was given this body, yes. But underneath that, there's something deeper. And that's what I want to help people with, to show them anything is possible if you really just put the few action steps in You look at things a bit differently and you get around the mind. It's going to be there. I'm not telling anyone to cut their head off and take their mind out, even though the mind is not just there, by the way. The mind is the entire body. The whole energy system is the mind. That's for another topic completely. I'm here to help people go above mind, body, but use them as their tools. So they can achieve anything, business success, they can achieve relationship success. They can just become more calmer, because that's what generally people are getting from me. They're becoming calmer, they're becoming more powerful, they're becoming more energized. They just are excited for life. Exactly what I was able to create for myself. So that's an intro of me. And if you want to know more, send me questions. If you want, yeah, like I'm sure more questions will come up as you listen to this. But yeah, check out all of the other content if you're interested. And I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what was your takeaway from this. Can you relate to any of this? Because I didn't realize it was just like, I thought all of this stuff was just me. But then I realized some people are relating to the challenges I went through and kind of relating to some of the things I did. But then there's still these challenges. So I'm here to say all of that is you can achieve anything, honestly. So yeah, let me know. I'd love to talk to you more about this. But for now, that's my intro. I hope that helps you get to know a little bit more about me.